Okay, so I really did not have a choice of what song I was going to review this week because Kendrick only went and dropped a new track this week by the name of Humble, and it's the first official single for this new up-and-coming album. So there's so much to talk about here, so let's not play around and let's get straight into the review. So after the massive hype from Kendrick's last little side drop, The Heart Part 4, you can see my review of here, by the way. The internet has just been abuzz with talk of Kendrick's new album. And what seems like seconds later, we have the first official single for it, and I could not have been more impressed. Honestly, I mean, I love everything about this track, man. This subject matter, that's obviously about being humble, and I absolutely love the beat on this song. It's so infatuating, and it's very stripped back, but the sound works perfectly for this song. It seems to have, for me, a little bit of an Odd Future kind of vibe to it, with that super distorted synth on the chorus, and that simple repetitive piano arrangement accompanying the most of this song. Now, on this track, Kendrick gives us something really different, a total banger hype track, and he absolutely kills this beat, filling it with tons of memorable bars and stacking tons of style. Now, this track also weaves a lot of subject matter into it, for example, his appreciation of natural beauty, and also a little bit of a Big Sean burn, but for the most part, he's just talking about keeping it real, being humble, and not letting your ego take control. And I think this is a really great message and will probably make up a lot of the storyline of this new album. Now, Kendrick just has that ability to make just a total savage banger track, but still have it be thought-provoking and introspective. And not everyone's got that talent, man. It's very rare. But he also has demonstrated on this song some really new fresh flows for this new first single that tease what we could be expecting us to see more of on this new project, messing around with the pitch of his voice and changing it up constantly. Now, this allows him to have the ability to convey and tell his story through the tonality of his voice, making for a very synergistic track. Now, speaking of synergy, I have to really quickly discuss the music video to this thing because I have not seen anything quite as striking as this from an artist in some time. Just the way that it's filmed and the composition of a shot that always makes sure to put Kendrick in the focal point of the shot, as if the world is moving around him. And it's a very cool video directed by David Myers and The Little Homies. So, excellent video. Kudos, guys. Now, if you guys saw my previous video on Kendrick's last song, The Heart Part 4, a lot of what I was talking about in that video was the flame war that I'd sparked with that release, and it seems to be the same kind of on this, like a bit of a continuation, but in a much more subliminal way. And I think this is very well done because it doesn't feel so much of a fight song as the Heart Part 4 did, but maybe more of a trolling song. But it still has a lot of fire to it, particularly when Kendrick directly calls out rapper Big Sean with that line, "Damn Sean, what happened to that humble attitude?" Now, the reason he is calling him out for this is just kind of a few things, but I encourage you to do your own research on that because it's just kind of a bunch of lines dropped here and there, sparking a little bit of beef. Now, all of that aside, Kendrick has just dropped such a new and exciting song here, and it's just really good to see new work from him. Honestly, that's all I want to say. And this single feels similar to some of the singles from his old albums, like To Pimp a Butterfly, where the singles kind of stand alone, but fit really well into the context of the whole album. Take, for example, I and If These Walls Could Talk from To Pimp a Butterfly. And I think it's going to be very much the same thing here. This kind of will have its own kind of sound to it, but will kind of merge in and take influence from the whole overall story of the album. But standing out in its own unique way. And I really wonder what you guys think about this song. Has it struck a chord with you as much, or has it fallen a little bit short? Let me know in the comment section of this video. But before you head out, we have this week's recommended listening, basically just a few tracks along the same vein of this one, starting with Really Duh by Danny Brown featuring Kendrick Lamar, Absol and Earl Sweatshirt, Odd Luck by Kavinsky featuring The Weeknd, and Untitled 5 by Kendrick Lamar featuring J-Rock. So that's going to have to wrap it up for this week's episode of Rambling Reviews here on Mason's Music Library, and I'll see you down the road. Take it easy.